today we have a different story, an interesting story I wanted to go over because I saw it on the AP and I saw this article. Looks interesting, and I want to go over the gist of it. So, welcome back to Know It All. This is going to be an interesting story. I'm wearing a hat today, by the way. Haven't done that on the show yet, so there you go. Anyway, this story is interesting because this story is basically Saudi women rights activist sentenced to nearly 6 years in prison, guys. Super interesting, first of all. This is one of the most prominent women's rights activists in Saudi Arabia. And apparently, she's actually been in jail, or actually in prison, since May of 2018. So, that's a long time, by the way. That's a very long time. May of 2018, and now, apparently, here's the weird stuff, right? So, first of all, I don't know why she was imprisoned. She's a women's rights activist who, I guess, like, something happened. I don't know. It's super weird. It's a very, very weird thing. But anyway, here's the weird part, okay? Because it actually goes on to say that, Luhain, I think that's how you say her name, Luhain Al-Hathlol, has already been in pretrial detention and has endured several stretches of solitary confinement. Her continued imprisonment was likely to be the point of contention in relations between the kingdom and the, incoming presidency of Joe Biden. This is super interesting. And it's so weird because it's, like, tied into Joe Biden. This is so strange. But it also goes on to say, once again, she had 6 years in prison. She's already served 2, right? Since 2018, May 2018. So she served 2 years already. Apparently, she's going to be getting out at the start of 2021. Right after Joe Biden's inauguration. What is happening here? It's so interesting, right? It's almost like Joe Biden, like, has a direct correlation to this lady. Super interesting, and I know that might not give you, like, whatever sense of, like, okay, these two are, like, actually working together, or Joe Biden's helping her get out, but once I read this next part, you might feel that way. Okay. So, she's getting 34 months swiped off of that sentencing because she's only served 2 years, so she's literally getting 34 months swiped off of her sentencing. She's getting out in a few months, and it's crazy. I don't know how this is possible, but it also goes on to say her family said in a statement that she will be barred from leaving the kingdom for 5 years and required to serve 3 years of probation after her release. So once again, they're making her do stuff after her release of prison, obviously. This is the part where you might think Biden has something to do with this, because it says Biden has vowed to review the U.S.-Saudi relationship and take into greater consideration human rights and democratic principles. He has also vowed to reverse President Donald Trump's policy of giving Saudi Arabia a blank check to pursue a disastrous set of policies, including the targeting of female activists. So, they targeted her as a female activist, put her in prison, and now Joe Biden is going to be getting her out. He's going to be getting her out and stopping the targeting of women's rights activists, I think. Jake Sullivan, Biden's incoming national security advisor, called the sentencing of Al-Hathlol unjust and troubling. So, once again, Joe Biden and his team all think that her being in prison was actually unjust and troubling, and that this was a mistake, and that it shouldn't have happened. So, he's going to try and get her out. Super interesting. So, Biden trying to get female activists out. Very interesting, right? Very interesting. I don't know what's going to happen with the story, but I will keep you guys up to date. Super interesting. I'm like so interested in the story right now. Like, seriously. Anyway, I just thought I'd bring that to you guys, show you what the story was all about, and let me know in the comments what you think. What do you think of Joe Biden getting her out? Do you think she should stay there, or do you think she should get out? Personally, I think she should get out because I'm all for rehabilitation and there not being prisons. Like, obviously there should be prisons, but not the type of prisons we have in the US. Like Finland, for example. Finland, great prison system. Great prison system. The US has a terrible prison system. Hence why we have 1/4 of the entire world's prisoners just in our country. Which is crazy. So, I think she should get out. But, let me know what you guys think. Honestly, I think this is a good part on Biden. I'm all for getting this lady out. And all that stuff. But, anyway guys, let me know what you think. I'll see you next time. Peace.